welcome. I think it's just us three today. Yeah. I know, right? Small group. Yeah. I find Wednesday noon classes are like pretty small in general.
Yeah. There was one time there were 6 of us, but there were lots of teachers.
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you.
Because they have 2 classes in the morning, right?
Yeah.
On Wednesday.
I think they had a sunrise this morning and
Yeah,
one
so
other.
they leave the tree.
Yeah. Some days there's just 2. There is the 9:15 and then.
All right, so Kelly, Sammy, I don't know if we've met, but
My name is Amy.
Amy, Kelly, I thought, well, someone named Kelly is joining us.
So maybe you'll have.
Amy, you're walking. Nice to meet you. I'm Sammy. I think this is the first time we've been in class together before. Okay, and Nar. Nice to meet you and nice to see you again. We're gonna get started with or without Kelly. I'm an herbalist on the side, so I always love to bring these herbal cards. They're really fun. Each card has a particular herb on it, so you're welcome to pull one before or after class phenomenon. And with that, we'll get into our first asana on our backs. Close this door here too.
Yeah, that is there.
There we go. All right, making our way onto our backs. We've got blocks, we've got blankets. Taking what you need. Just starting out, connecting with your breath. Noticing its texture today, whether it's deep or shallow, whether it's traveling all the way up through your front body or staying in one place. Taking the time to be with it, not changing. Dropping in and melting into your mat. Maybe your next exhale sends your sit bones further into the mat, your lower back, your shoulders. And we'll just start by deepening the breath here. Bringing thoughtful breath in, sending it out through the nose. Starting to awaken your front body. Maybe breathing deep into your belly on the inhale. Letting go on the exhale. Allowing this expansion in your front body. Maybe bringing this breath up through the ribs, the chest, taking a sip at the top before exhaling back down, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Taking this wave-like breath motion, Durga Pranayama, awakening your front side body. Maybe pausing at the top of those inhales and at the bottom of those exhales to feel that fullness, that emptiness. lengthening your spine with each inhale, melting down with each exhale. Now imagine the back side of your body, all of its touch points with the mat, your sit bones, your heels, the back of your head. On inhales, your back body grows roots through the mat, through the floor, the rock, the clay, feeling yourself anchored to the earth. Now bringing your attention to your front body, imagining on your inhales growing branches. As you inhale, your branches grow taller to the corners of this room. And on your exhales, you root deeper into the earth. Feeling yourself fully expanded here in all directions. Now on your exhale, your branches come back down gently from the corners of the room. And on your inhales, your roots come back up through the rock and clay, through the earth, the dirt, the floor, back to your mat, till you are exactly where you started. Bringing some natural movements to your fingers and toes, circling the wrists, the ankles, bringing your knees into your chest, giving yourself a big hug before rocking and rolling the length of your mat, meeting me facing the front. Beautiful. We'll settle in our seat here. You can take Sukhasana or Virasana on your knees, whatever feels good. You can sit on blocks. Good alterations. We'll rub our hands together, starting to create some friction, some heat. We'll place our hands over our heart, closing down or softening the eyes. Now is a beautiful time to set an intention for this practice. Maybe it's a word, a phrase, a feeling. Whatever it is, stick with that throughout and beyond this practice today. Opening your eyes. We'll start with some gentle movement. Right hand plants by your side, left hand reaches up and overhead. Gaze can go underneath your left armpit, reaching 1 inch further, rooting your left sit bone down. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, other side, left hand plants, right hand reaches up and overhead. Gaze can go underneath your armpit. Setting breath for your right side body. We'll floss this out a few times. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant and reach. Inhale, reach. Exhale, other side. Inhale, reach. Right hand plants. Inhale, reach. Exhale to the left. Inhale, reach up and pause. Exhale, easy twist. Right hand meets left knee. Left hand plants behind you. Inhale as your crown shines taller. Exhale as you twist deeper. Staying here for 2 more full breaths. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, other side. Left hand meets right knee. Right hand plants behind you. Inhale, your crown shines. Exhale, deepen your expression. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hands to knees. We'll take some seated cat-cows here. As you inhale, pull your knees back, heart shines forward. Exhale, C-spine, pushing your knees away. Inhale, cow, shine forward. Exhale, cat, belly button to spine. Take a few more at your pace, making this movement natural, adding on anything you can take, some neck rolls, some shoulder rolls. Make this really organic. We'll take one more full round wherever you are. We'll come back to neutral. We'll take some hip circles finally in this seated position. You can start small, working up to getting your shoulders involved. We'll reverse the circle. Beautiful. When you feel complete, we can come to tabletop. Shoulders stacking over wrists, hips stacking over knees. Taking some natural movements here. Maybe that's more hip circles. You can take some wrist stretches. Whatever feels good here. Tune in. Keeping that deeper breath with you. Filling up through the belly, ribs, and chest. We'll come to stillness. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze lifts, cow. Exhale, belly button to spine, cat. Inhale, shine your heart, gaze lifts. Exhale, C-spine. Take 3 more at your pace. Feeling the difference here versus seated. When you've completed your 3rd cat-cow, you can come back to neutral. Getting lighter in your right hand. Inhale your right arm to the sky. Exhale, hover underneath your left armpit. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hover. One more time. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, land, thread the needle, cheek and shoulder meet the mat. Left hand can reach forward or behind you for a half bind. We've got 3 breaths here. When you feel complete, left hand plants by your face. Inhale your right arm long. Exhale back to tabletop. We'll switch it out. Inhale your left arm high. Exhale, hover. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hover. One more time. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, land, thread the needle, cheek and shoulder to mat. Keeping hips stacked over knees, your right hand can reach long or back behind you for a half bind. 3 breaths. Right hand plants by your face. Inhale your left arm long. Exhale back to tabletop. We'll bring our hands, 2 generous handprints forward and melt into puppy pose. Hips stacking over knees, reaching long like you're in child's pose. Forehead and chest melting down. Beautiful adjustments here. Inhale, you reach longer. Exhale, you melt deeper. On your next natural exhale, push back into child's pose. Toes together, knees out wide. Option for a closed knee child's pose. Back feels better. Continuing to reach long here. Sending your sit bones back to your heels. One more inhale. Exhale, side bend, left hand over right on the top right corner of your mat. Sending breath through your left side ribs. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, other side, right palm over left on the top left corner of your mat. Taking a moment to anchor down. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, come to tabletop, slowly lowering yourself onto your belly. Taking your time, setting up for low cobra. Tops of feet press into the ground, the hands are underneath your shoulders. On your inhale, head and chest lift, gaze stays low. Staying here for 2 full breaths in and out. One more in. Exhale, lower. 2 more rounds. Inhale, rise to low cobra. Maybe little weight in the hands. Full breath in. Exhale, lower. 1 more round. Inhale to low cobra, maybe no weight in the hands. Exhale, lower down. Push back into tabletop before coming into your first down dog of this practice. Taking your time, finding your way to home base, gripping the mat with all 4 corners of your hands. Maybe stepping 1 foot up and the other, heels lift or lower. You can bounce, pressing your chest back toward your thighs. Strong bend in your knees, beautiful. 1 more inhale here. Exhale, walk your hands back to meet your feet, forward fold. Pausing here, option for blocks underneath the hands. Option to heel toe your feet out wide, generous bend in the knees. You can take any kind of bind. Shaking your head yes or no. Releasing your head and neck here. When you feel ready, you can slowly roll up to Tadasana, mountain pose, facing the front. Awesome. We'll bring our feet a little wider than hip width. Good bend in the knees. And we're just going to start casually swinging our arms. Eventually, maybe you build up momentum so that the back of your hands hit your lower back, your kidneys. This is called knocking on the door of life in Qigong. Said that your kidneys store a lot of your energy, your qi, and that by stimulating them, we are releasing a lot of that energy to the rest of our body. And we'll slowly come down out of this, taking your time. And take a few more exercises. Your palms facing this way, facing the front. And then your left palm facing back. And we'll raise our right arm, our left arm, and then switch. Switching your palms each time. You can sync your breath to this. You can make this faster or slower. You can keep this intentional. We're releasing the meridians in our body, preparing them for movement. Beautiful. All right, our final little qigong. We'll bring one palm out and one palm facing back. And we're just going to switch them out. Again, releasing our horizontal meridians here. Preparing our arms for movement, our shoulders. Awesome. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, melt down. We'll do that a few more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, melt. One more time. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, melt down. Inhale, rise to high mountain. Staying here, dialing your pinkies in, lifting out of your rib cage, rooting down through both feet, imagining those roots growing into your mat. One more inhale. Exhale, we'll step our left foot back in a curtsy lunge. Our right hand grabs our left wrist. And we'll just stay here, sending breath through our left side. Beautiful. One more inhale and exhale here. Inhale back through center. Exhale, other side, right foot slides back into a curtsy lunge. Left hand grabs on right wrist. Staying here, expanding through the right side. And we'll floss that out a few times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curtsy. One more time each side. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale your way to downward facing dog. Option for chaturanga, or you can head straight there. Beautiful. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth, release. One more, inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, high toes, look forward. Exhale, step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, high mountain. Exhale, curtsy to the right. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, curtsy to the left. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale your way to downward facing dog. That's our sun A. We'll take this a few more times together. Beautiful options. Thoughtful movement. Inhale, high toes, look forward. Exhale, top of mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, melt down. Inhale, reach long, high mountain. Exhale, curtsy lunge to the right. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale to the left. Inhale, high mountain, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. We'll come down to the knees once you're done with your chaturanga. You've reached down dog, no rush. Taking a small break, option for water or 5 breaths of rest. When you're ready, you can meet me back in a downward facing dog. Inhaling through the nose, fill up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, high toes, look forward. Exhale, top of mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, listen for the change. Inhale, chair, Utkatasana. Heart shines forward, booty sits back toward your heels. Strong bend in your knees. Knees tracking in line with your ankles. Biceps framing the ears. One more inhale. Exhale, twist right hand back, left hand forward. Staying here. Checking the tracking in your left knee. If it's hiking above your right, bring your left hip back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, other side, left hand back, right hand forward. Checking your tracking here. One more breath in and out. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale to chair. Exhale to stand up. We're just going to take some simple chair swings. Inhale to reach your arms high. Exhale, sweep it back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sweep. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, sweep. Take this breath to movement. Syncing your inhales and exhales. A few more rounds. One more full round. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale your way to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. One more time. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release. Inhale your right leg high. Stack the hip, open the knee. Just for a moment, maybe taking some knee circles. Good options. Inhale, right leg reaches long. Exhale, step through. Set up for warrior two. Back heel pivots 90 degrees. Strong bend in your front leg. Inhale, reach into warrior two. Beautiful. Surfing it out here, in and out. Finding your center. Maybe wiggling your fingers. Drishti can go in front of your front finger, middle finger. One more inhale. Exhale, hands into heart center, right foot pivots in. Closing down the eyes. Coming back to your intention that you set this practice. On your inhale, come back to a warrior two. Stay on your exhale. Inhale, reverse triangle, straightening your front leg, keeping a micro bend, reaching back with your right hand. Sending breath through your right side. Beautiful. We'll floss these movements out a few times. Staying here on the inhale. Exhale into warrior two, rebending your front leg. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, warrior two. One more time. Inhale, reverse triangle, stay. Sending breath through your right side, reaching one more inch. Exhale into side angle, rebending your right knee, elbow to knee. Left hand reaches long. Beautiful. Sending breath to your left side now. Inhale to Trikonasana, triangle pose, straightening your front leg. Arms tick-tock to 6 and 12. Hands can reach a block, your shin or ankle, the floor. Sending your left hip back in space, allowing for more room for your heart to shine. Inhale back to a warrior two, rebending your front leg. Exhale, windmill arms down, your way to downward facing dog. Taking what you need. Beautiful. Inhale your left leg high. Stack the hip. Yes. Beautiful. Making some motion with your knee potentially, maybe ankle. Reversing your circle if you took circles. Finally, making your way back to a three-legged dog. Straighten out. Exhale, step through, setting up for warrior two. Back heel, 90-degree angle, strong bend in your front leg. When you're ready, inhale to a warrior two. Surfing it out here, forwards and backwards till you find your center. Maybe closing down the eyes, seeing how this feels without vision. One more inhale. Exhale, hands come to heart, left foot pivots in, eyes close down or soften. Again, coming back to your intention. On your next inhale, come back to a warrior two. Settle on your exhale. Inhale, reverse triangle, front leg lengthens, reach back, stay here. Sending breath through your left side. And we'll floss those movements out. As you inhale, stay here. Exhale into a warrior two. Inhale, reach back, lengthen. Exhale, rebend. One more time, inhale, reverse. Staying here for one more full breath. And on your next exhale, side angle, knee rebends, left elbow to left knee, right hand reaches directly above or diagonally. Staying here, again, sending your breath to the other side of your body, maybe reaching one more inch. Inhale back to a warrior two. Ooh, I forgot. We forgot the triangle. Come back to a side angle. Inhale, Trikonasana, triangle. Lengthen out. Arms tick-tock to 6 and 12. Sending your right hip back. Opening your chest. Now, inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, windmill arms down, your way to down dog. Taking what you need, no rush. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. One more inhale, fill up. Exhale, release. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step between the hands, set up for warrior two. Inhale, rise to your warrior. Stay on the exhale. Inhale, reach back, reverse triangle. Exhale, dive down, side angle. Inhale, Trikonasana, triangle. Exhale, back to a warrior two. Inhale, exhale, back to downward facing dog. Great options. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise to a warrior two. Stay on your exhale. Inhale, reverse triangle, reach back. Exhale, side angle, elbow to knee. Inhale, Trikonasana, triangle. Stay on the exhale. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, windmill arms back to downward facing dog, your way. We'll take that one more time, each side together. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, step between the hands, setting up for warrior two. Inhale, rise to your warrior. Stay on your exhale. Inhale, reverse triangle, reach back. Exhale, side angle, rebend. Inhale, Trikonasana, lengthen. Stay on the exhale. Inhale, reach to warrior two. Exhale, come back to downward facing dog, your way. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, step between the hands. Set up for warrior two. Inhale to rise into your warrior. Settle on your exhale. Inhale, reverse triangle, reach. Exhale to side angle. Inhale, Trikonasana, triangle. Stay on your exhale. Inhale, reach back up to warrior two. Exhale, windmill your arms back down to downward facing dog. When you found your way there, you can find child's pose once more. Taking a small respite, taking water. You've got about 10 breaths here to really reset. When you're ready, you can meet me back in a downward facing dog for our last little bit of movement, more of a stretch than anything. Taking your time, finding your way back to home base, keeping a generous bend in your knees, noticing the changes in your breath and your movement since you first got into your down dog in this practice. Notice if there's anything else you can let go of. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, release. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, step through, set up for warrior two. Rise for just one inhale. Exhale to star, heels in, toes out. Taking up space. Maybe a baby back bend here. Reaching back and long. Before exhaling into a wide-legged forward fold. Well deserved. Taking whatever variation feels good to you. You've got about 8 more breaths to play or find stillness. When you're ready, hands plant underneath your shoulders. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to a low lunge facing the front, back knee down. Great time to grab a blanket for underneath your knee. Taking your blocks with you, we're going to frame our front foot. Sinking into your low lunge, maybe gaze goes up. On your next natural exhale, push back to half splits. Sit bones reaching back toward your heels. Keeping a micro bend in your lengthened leg. Maybe wiggling your foot back and forth for more sensation. And we'll floss these movements out. Inhale to your low lunge. Exhale back to half split. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half split. One more time. Inhale, low lunge. Stay here. Pop your back knee up. Blocks can go away from your space. You can find your way back to down dog your way. Great options. We'll take that on the other side. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, step between the hands. Warrior two setup. Inhale for a brief warrior two. Exhale into star, facing the back wall. Taking some time to really fill up, take up space, maybe creating a back bend, sending your pelvis forward. Exhale into a wide-legged forward fold. 10 breaths here. Taking what you need. Option two, take something different than you did last time. Halfway through your time, plenty of time to play, or find stillness. When you're ready, hands come underneath your shoulders. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to a low lunge, facing the front, back knee down. Grabbing your props or your blankets. Setting up for a low lunge. You can keep your toes tucked since we're going into half splits, or you can untuck them, whatever feels good here. Sinking into your low lunge. Before pushing back to half splits on the exhale, staying here. Sinking back toward your heels. Front leg lengthens, maybe wiggling your toes, keeping a micro bend in your knee. Inhale to your low lunge. Exhale back to half split. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half split. One more time. Inhale, low lunge. Pop up your back knee, placing your blocks away from you. Exhale back to a downward facing dog your way. Beautiful. Inhale, fill up. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. One more, fill up. Exhale, release. From here, inhale your right leg high. Exhale, come through to half pigeon. Right knee behind right wrist. Option to take this supine if that feels better. It's the exact same thing on our back. If you're with me for half pigeon, you'll scoot your left hip back a bit to make more room. Inhale like a halfway lift. Exhale to melt over your front leg. Forehead can stack right on top of your arms or the mat or a block. Whatever feels good. We'll be here for about 10 breaths. Variations. When you're ready, hands can reach back and push you up. You can come out of this by coming into a three-legged dog or simply coming into a tabletop and switching it out. Coming through tabletop or three-legged, your left knee is going to come behind your left wrist. Awesome. Taking some time to set up here, scooching your right hip back in space, making more room. Inhale, like a halfway lift, crown shines. Exhale to surrender down. Forehead meets arms or the mat or a block. When you're ready to come out, hands can plant underneath you and push you out. From here, we're just going to come into a wide-legged seated position. You can take 2 blocks with you. We're going to stack them in such a way that you can rest your head on the blocks and get a nice stretch on the inner thighs without feeling any pinching. So you can play around with the distance and the height of your blocks. You've got plenty of time. We'll be here for about a minute. So you have plenty of time to adjust throughout. I'll let you know when we're about halfway through. Halfway through your time. When you're ready to come out of this, you can slowly press yourself back up to a seated position, removing your blocks. We're going to lay onto our backs. You can bring a block with you. We're going to be doing some bridge. So if you'd like this restorative, you can come into a bridge position, feet hip width and parallel, right behind your sit bones. If you're taking restorative, you can lift your hips and place a block right underneath your sacrum. So not your low back and not your hips, right in the middle. It should not feel like it's pinching anything. You can take this on the lowest or medium height. And since we're all choosing that beautiful restorative option, we can rest here for about 10 breaths, tucking our chin to our chest and melting into our blocks. When you feel complete, you can lift your hips, remove the block, and continue laying on your back with your feet planted. Your right ankle will go over your left knee. We'll take a little twist here, first pulling behind your left thigh to bring your knee closer. Option to wiggle your right knee in and out in space for more sensation. When you're ready, you can bring your bottom half over to the left, right foot stamping down. Torso and gaze can go to the right. switch it out. Bringing our knees into our chest first, giving ourselves a cleansing little hug before bringing our left ankle over our left knee or right knee, pulling behind our right thigh to bring our knee closer. Option to wiggle your left knee in and out for more sensation. Before bringing your bottom half over to the right, left foot standing down. Torso going to the other side. Maybe gaze following. When you feel complete, you can bring everything back to center. One more cleansing little hug, knees to chest. Maybe the biggest hug you've given yourself all day. Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly, heels together, knees out wide. Option for blocks underneath your knees. 10 breaths to really melt down. We'll close our knees together like a book and take a counter asana, constructive rest, knees knocking in together, feet heel toning out to the edges of your mat. Again, 10 full breaths here, releasing your hip flexors. Our final last asana is happy baby, pulling on the outer edges of your feet, pulling your knees into your armpits. Option to stay here, rock side to side, lengthen one leg and then the other. Last little movement before Shavasana, legs up the wall. Arms can join your legs if you want to do dead bug. You can do a little bit of a wiggle, releasing any energy from your limbs down to your center. This last moment is for you. Taking whatever we didn't hit in class. Got about a minute of play before we settle into our final asana. And when you feel ready, you can settle into your final asana, Shavasana. Traditional Shavasana looks like arms and legs out long. You can take this in constructive rest, Supta Baddha Konasana. However you find stillness, know that I will call you out when it's time. Shavasana. Keeping everything still. Coming back to your breath. Finding your awareness. Deepening your breath through the belly, ribs, chest. Exhaling back down. Wiggling the fingers and toes. Taking a big good morning stretch before rolling onto your right side, using your bicep as a pillow. Before facing the front, taking your time. Making your way back to the front, keeping your eyes closed or softened. We'll close out our practice with an Om. We'll breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale to prepare for Om. Palms come together at heart center, thumbs to sternum. We honor the intention we set for this practice and plan to bring it into the rest of our day. Thumbs come to third eye center. We bow forward in honor of all teachers and students who came before us, everyone in this room, and all who come after. Namaste. Amy, Nara, thank you so much for being here. Too bad Kelly couldn't join us. She'll have to catch us next time. I'm Sammy again, subbing for Carl. I sub here and there, so if you see me on the schedule, I'd love to see you again. And thank you for class. Have a great day.